Hello, good evening, Assalamu alaikum. A very warm welcome to the session today. Um, we're still waiting for a few more people to join in. We are about to be kicking off. Um, Questions dialog box. How has it been so far? Are you enjoying the learning? Is it something new? Is it giving you a new perspective on things? I want comments from you. So please type in the questions dialog box. One response so far. Abdul Rahman Wakar. Thank you. Thank you, Arsalan. He's saying great learning new techniques. So many things to learn, Nadeem Anjum. Worth our time. All right, that's great. Thank you, Ghulam Fareed. I hope the situation is fine on your end. So far, it's good. Learning is great. It would be great to arrange something similar in coming days. Okay, now I'm addressing both the 6 digits participants and the ones who join just purely for the performance sessions. So increase your productivity and efficiency sessions. I'm speaking to both. Of course, the journey for people who are only attending the increase your productivity and efficiency comes to an end today. However, our 6 digits participants are going to continue, with more assignment, more work. And in the next week, you will be seeing me more. So I will be coming in with case studies, which I will share with you through an email in probably over the weekend. And I would expect you to go through those case studies, come prepared, and then in the sessions, we are going to discuss the case studies. I'm going to throw questions at you, and then we will ask you to prepare a presentation, deliver a presentation on the case studies, express, analyze, and synthesize the case studies. And at the same time, the rest of the people in the group, the non-presenters, will come in and they will do rebuttals and they will ask intriguing questions from the presenters. So the main purpose of the activity is to share some real life case studies with you. Number one, important, renowned ones. Number two, for you to be able to comprehend and extract information out of the case studies. Uh, you have a very good understanding of finance, data, presentations. Use these techniques to come up with an excellent presentation using as much infographics as possible. Um, we will be looking at your delivery of the presentation as well. And I will be looking at your skills for asking questions. So in all, this will be a comprehensive review of the skills that you have learned so far. Okay, so that is what we're going to do next week. And the week after that, we will most probably, in fact, as per the plan, we will jump onto a very, very important topic of taxation. Now, about taxation, I had a few questions to ask you. I was approached by the participants of the 6 digits program from Sri Lanka who wanted to attend the sessions for taxation in Pakistan as well. One possibility is that we break up the group. Bangladesh goes to their country, there goes to they go to understand their own taxation systems. Sri Lanka goes away and discusses their own tax system, and Pakistan does its own. That's one possibility. The other option or the other possibility is that we keep you together. We do, say, about 4 sessions on Bangladesh, 4 sessions on Sri Lanka, and slightly more than 4 sessions on Pakistan taxation. That way, you will get an excellent understanding, a comparative understanding of taxation in the region in Pakistan. Um, thank you, Murtaza. But that way, I personally feel that you will have a broader base of taxation knowledge. Yeah. Um, Although some might feel that, look, why are we exploring Sri Lankan taxation in that detail? We might never come across a situation where we have to practice it. But I think that's the beauty of your qualification, which has a global footprint, that you have a wider understanding of things. And tomorrow, if you're in a discussion with with people on taxation, you should be able to give a better understanding, a better comprehensive view of the taxation in the region. Yeah, we will have excellent trainers from Sri Lanka. Ernst and Young in Sri Lanka is going to come in, and they're going to discuss taxation in Sri Lanka. And similarly, from Bangladesh, we have our taxation subcommittee in Bangladesh, which is going to come in and which is going to discuss Bangladesh's tax. In fact, they are going to review their Finance Act after about 100 years. So it will be interesting to see the evolution of taxation in Bangladesh also. And similarly, the world will get to know how complex the taxation system in Pakistan is. So that is our plan for the remaining part of January and the first week of February. So some very interesting content coming your way now. I think you should recollect all the information that you've gathered, review it, present it, put it to good use, but at the same time continue to learn with enthusiasm and with a great determination. So that's what the plan is. After we've done taxation, we'll go towards some soft skills, which are going to be communication skills, negotiation skills, and decision making skills. So excellent content coming your way, and I'm sure that all of you will enjoy this learning as well. So thank you very much. Let me very quickly go through some contents, and then I'll hand over to Khurram. Um, okay, so Murtaza wants to keep it together. I think the group may be separated so that we have ample time for study local tax. And so far as wide understanding is concerned, the recording links may be shared with all participants. Sajad, that's one point of view, but I think we will be able to do justice with the content. Excuse me. We will not go through the the Finance Act section by section, but we will look at important elements of taxation under all three systems. Zahra is also saying, I think we should not be combined because it will split the learning time. Uh, we can discuss. We can discuss. Let's see. Ali Heather, will we be given another invite link after this webinar? Ali, that's an important question. What we are going to do is we're going to combine both groups, the one for members and for one for future members together. We will share an email over the weekend, and from Monday, when I will be doing your case studies, we will be put together in the same group. Yeah, so we're going to do combined activity. However, the unmoderated sessions are going to be separate as usual, and you're going to apply the learning and do the group work in your own unmoderated sessions. All right, Sarah Kafour is saying combined can be advantageous since it can help when working for global/international organizations. I agree. We should do combined because of bigger picture of taxation. Zara, I agree with you. I think Zara Aziz and Zara Azam, two separate individuals with two separate views. Shakil Ali saying about Pakistan, will the taxation cover provincial taxation also? Shakil, I know you work for a provincial taxation authority, a tax regulator. We will emphasize on the federal taxation for now. Um, However, separate CPT sessions are being offered in the near future, which will going to cover provincial taxation as well. So, for the purpose of these sessions, we will focus on federal taxation. Okay. Suleiman Simab, definitely like to have an insight of regional taxation. Agreed. Sarah, once again, if an agenda can be shared in advance, perhaps the participants can choose to opt out of a section if they feel it's not necessary. Of course, Sarah, the complete details will be shared. The complete outline of the three taxation series will be shared. Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Let's continue with our last session on Power BI. I understand Khurram was sharing with me that you have done Power Query in the last session. I was there in the last part. The good news for today is that Feroz and I, we had a discussion and we have come to a conclusion that you should be given some real life interesting application of Power BI. We will give it to you. So when you go away from today's session, in the unmoderated sessions on Friday and Saturday, you will have some interesting, useful, real life work, which will be the application of what you've learned in Power BI. Feroz is working on it right now, and he will share it with you in due course. But that's the plan for your Friday and Saturday unmoderated sessions. Thank you very much. I have received good feedback. I hope you continue to share the feedback on the WhatsApp groups as well. Khurram, over to you for today's session on Power BI, and thank you very much for all the effort that you're putting in, despite not being so well. So, Khurram, over to you.
Thank you, Harun. Okay, fine. Thank you, Harun. Okay. Okay. Let's discuss today's agenda. What we should do today, or what we have to do today. Good thing is that we have done almost the 80% of our contents. The 20% that is left, we will inshallah covered in due course of time today. The two things that we have to do, one is formatting the charts, formatting the tables. Uh, very quickly, we will go through some of the formatting stuff, and then we will the remaining text function, which is the time intelligence function. Okay. You have already in the last session few of the files which were uploaded. One was the sample BI database, right? Something like this. You should have this file with you, the Excel file, and today I will connect this file with the Power BI and will create a data model very quickly, right? And use some of the data we have already covered, apply it, uh, very quick measures, develop quick measures, and then we will go from there, right? So let's do that. So we have for get data, we have the Excel workbook, then we have the Power BI exercises in the sample data for BI. Connect this, right? And it will take a time as usual on my machine, right? So we have these four that I'm working on. the city, the fact, the product, the sales rep, load it, right? We have loaded it, well completed, some are completed, some are not. So everyone is completed, and we should have field lined up there. We have the field pane, the field pane, okay, still connecting. Just a minute. So almost there. Okay, fine. So all done. Field is up here, working on it. Okay, so we have these 4 files uploaded, data model is created. Let's see, do we have to have the model in place? Do we have the proper relationship? Very quickly. So this is the product one. It is okay. It is okay, and it seems okay as well. Okay. Uh, very quickly go through. Uh, Create a table for the date, as we will be doing time intelligence function, and we have to have a date table. So we have the date TB table. Just create new, provide the name of the table, and then we have the calendar. This is the first text function we did in the very first session, and then we have the main function, and then we have uh, the fact date. We need to fetch that date, the minimum date, and maybe the date that is what. So the start day and the end day. Today is the day. Uh, what it does, it will create a series of dates, uh, right from the first date, the earliest date that is present in the fact date till to date, right? So if I click this one, and you will see that I have the date column right over there. So very quickly, uh, 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 create few of the calculated column for year, for month, right? So we have the column which this is the year. This is the second function we did, right? We have the year function. We have the fact date, fact TB. So we have the year function. We have the date. This is the last one. Okay, so we have this date, and then we move to next one, next column, that is the month. This is the month, right? So we have the month function. This is the third function we did, and this is the date GB. This is this one. Now we have uh, the month number, and then we have a new column with the month name. And I think these are 4 we need in the date table. So for now, we have the month name, MONTH month name, and is equal to how we get the month name. We have a function called format, just like text function. In we have the value which is the fact date, uh, date TB rather, date TB. We have this is the value, and we want the value to be transformed or formatted like months. So we have this, and we are done with this. So we have 4 required columns. This is the year, the month, and the month name. So 3 DAX function. One thing is more, then we need to sort this column with respect to this column, so that whenever we need a value in a table in a sorted way, it should be sorted. In order to do so, let me explain what I would have, what I want to say. For example, I have month name. So this is the month name, and you can see we have April, we have August, December, etc., etc. So the sorting not as it should be, right? So in order to sort it correctly, what we need to done, we need to select this and sort this column with respect to this column, and we have sort groups. We have sort by columns. Click that. We have month name. This is respect to this. So month, and click OK. Working on it, and you can see that we have this thing is sorted properly. So we have the required information in the data model. So let's develop a very quick. That is the first thing is we need to create a column, a table for our calculation for our Myers. So enter data for, let it be calculations table, and this is for Myers. So previous our last few sessions, I used it as a Myers table, but now I'm using the calculation. So this is the calculation. I'm very quickly creating one or two Myers. First one is I want to calculate the sales, and for sales, what we did, we need to we have the sum function, sum x sum function. We need to have the fact table. This is the syntax, and then we have the expression. Expression is there is a table with the name fact quantity, right? And we have to multiply this is by what you called the price. Price is the price value is in the product table. So we, and the product table is a related table. So we have to use a function, the X function related, and we have the price right over here, which is the price. So we have this function. So we have the price, and then it is done. Okay, I'm copying this as well because I need to calculate another Maya. So I have the sales, and I want to have a quick Maya, new, and we have okay, I don't need that at present. I need to have a profit. Profit Maya. Profit is some uh, okay, not at present, not at present. Maybe we can do later. Okay, now I have the sales. Look at, if I click this sales, we have the value which is, okay, there's something wrong maybe. We have this value, approximately 2 million, and it should not be the case. Okay, there is one issue we missed out, and that is that we haven't created a relationship with the date table, with the fact table. So this is the date table, right? And we have to fix this with this. So we have to relate this table with the fact table. So these are the unique values of the date, and select this, drag it to date, and we have dragged it to date, and we have one-to-many relationship now. You can see the values is now changed. Now, let's do the first uh, formatting stuff. For example, this is a table. I want to format it. Format means that I want to increase the font size. I want to put the dollar symbols over here. I want to increase the font size of the column header, right? I want to apply certain color scheme as well. So let's do this thing very, very quickly. How we can do that? For all the visualization, right? So this part is the visualization. For every visualization which is present here, at the moment we have the table visualization. This is so for each visualization, when we need to format this, just under the visualization icons, you should find these three buttons, right? This is the values button, right? Right, and this is when you want to format your visualization. So click that. Once you click that, you should have certain options available to you, right? For example, the first of all, you want to set the background, the border. At present, we don't have any border. So if you want to put the border, so click that, as the format, and you see we have the border. If you click OK, and you see border like this. And for the borders, we may have some other options with this, and this is we want to change the color, the radius, and the stuff like this. For example, we want to have the border like this, right? So this is the first thing as far as the formatting of concern. Now you can add the title of this, right? So what you can do, click, turn it on. At present it is off. Click that. Now we have the title space provided over here. We have the title, for example, the monthly sales. We have the monthly sales, and you may see that the title comes over here as well. So you can increase the font size. You can say you can center align this. You can right align this, right? You can increase the font size if you want. So it is 16. You can change background color, right? So this is the background color. You can change the font color like this. So right. So this is the stuff you can do, right? You can do a bold thing. You can turn it on the bold effect. So this is the header is concerned. Sorry, the title is concerned. Then we have total. For example, you want to remove the totals. You can remove the total like this. So this is the totals are removed. If you want to turn it on, you can turn it on. You can change the background color like this, right? You have the font color of the total like this. So we have the uh, the same thing that you can do with this, right? Uh, then we have the values. These are the values. You can increase the font size first of all. For example, 14. We have changed the font size to 14. So we have the 14. Then we have the background color. If you want to change it, you want to change it something, whatever you want to change. For example, this one can change the font color into, say, white, right? You can change the alternate color to font color to maybe uh, green, whatever. So you see, you can do many things with all this stuff. Then a few more. Okay, the column header. You have the column header, and you can do the same stuff here as well. You can increase the font size. Everything is right. So this is few of the things that you can do with the table visualization. So the table, and for example, we want to have a slicer. This is the slicer. Click this one. Now we have this is not the slicer we want to have a table. This is the table. Click somewhere else on the canvas, right? And then put a slicer. So we have a slicer over here. So in this slicer, what we want to have air, for example. This is you can get air. This is air. So we have the slicer over here, right? And it can be list, right? So we have 2007 to 2020. We can have this. We can have the drop down list, right? There are many things that you can do with this. Let it be the drop down list, right? You can resize this. If you click that, it will allow you to change the title, uh, the, the title, the stuff like this. For example, the journal. Journal means that you want to set the and the width height. It is right now it's 255, so it may be 140. If you do that, you see this the width is changed. You want to change the height, for example, do that for 75. So it's changed now. So this is now you want to have a border. Click this one. Now we have the border. We want to have the slice items, for example. You want to have the background color change, something like this, whatever. So it is changed. You want to change the font color, and these are some of the stuff that you can do with the slicer, right? So you can practice it, and you can explore these options by yourself. Okay, one thing that we should do, and that is, for example, let it be the air. Then let we have a sales. Then we have this thing. So we have another. So this is another. Uh, so we have 2017 to this one, and you want to this. So it's again very easy. You select the required visualization, click this one, and you have the option. Now you have the y-axis and the x-axis. If you click and you see the x-axis is gone. If you click on, it is back on. And then if you click this one, you have different options to play, right? So you can increase this fonts, this one. If you increase that, you see the the text size of these values are increasing. You can increase this, you can decrease this, right? You can uh, the data colors, right? Data colors like this. You want to change it to, for example, this one. Now the bars color is changed, right? So you want to data labels, turn it on. So these are the data labels which are there. You want to display the units, the display unit like, for example, thousands. So it is in this form. No. So these are changed, right? The stuff like this. This is few of the basic formatting that you can do with either the table, uh, the visualization, right? So these are some of the basics of basic formatting stuff. So if you have any question on this basic formatting stuff, please, it's time to ask any question. Okay, Feroz, if there is any question. Okay, before a question, there are a few things I think that is of your interest. For example, I want to, although I have the information of all the data that I have on my data model. For example, if I decided that I want to put data of certain specific years on this particular visualization, right? So what can I do? I can click that, I select that, and I have a third pane, which is the filter pane. The first pane is field, the second is visualization, and third one is field. And you can see that since I've selected this one, I have a filter pane in the. I have two fields value here. One is the sales, and other is the year, right? The year, and these are the sales. So what can I do? I have the year here. I can click that one, and I have the option advanced filtering. For example, advanced filtering and the basic filtering. So the basic filtering, if I click that, for example, I want to present the data only these years, 2019, 2020, and you can see now this is filtered, but we have all information right over here. The visualization is filtered only, but if you want to do this on the entire, there is one thing that I should do. Okay. Okay, for example, I want to apply the filter on the entire page, which is that I only want to show the data of, for example, in 2020 and 2021. At present, the filter is applied only on this visualization, but not here, not here. So what can I do? I can remove that from here, like that, right? And now all the data is represented. I want to do, I want to present, I want to apply filter on this page. Whatever show on this page should be filtered, right? So the filter is here again. So look at here, I have the filters on this page or filters on all pages. So filters on this page, right? It means if I select basic filtering and I want to have the data of only 2019, this one and this one, right? So, and apply it and now minimize it. I have only data presented on page is filtered, and you can see now I have 2029, 2020 and 21. So this is the filter on this page in all the visualization, whether it is a slicer, it is a chart, or it is a table. So it is applicable all the visualization which are present on this page. Now there is another important thing that we should know, and that is if I remove it, for example, so it's back on, and if I want to apply the filters on pages, for example, this is page number 1, this is page number 2, I'm clicking page 1, page 2, page 3, right? So if I apply, if I get this here, right, and click and put it here, so what will happen? Whatever filtered I applied here, it will be applied to all pages, all 3 pages, page 1, page 2, and page 3. So that is the difference between filters on all pages and filters on one page. So we have 3 levels of filters. We have first level that is applicable on the chart, single visualization. So we can have we can filter only this one, only this visualization, or this visualization. So this is first level. The second level is on page level. So we can apply the filters on one page, but we have a provision of the same filter across the PBIX file, across all pages, right? So that's it as far as the formatting. So if you have any question, you can ask. So it's question time. Let me see myself. Uh,
Okay, Khurram. There are some questions lined up. The first one is from Sajid Yahya. He wants to know when it is necessary to create a relationship in Power BI.
okay, if there are more than one files in a data table, and we want to extract data from both tables based on certain column, then it is imperative, it is required that we have to create a relationship, right? So relationship means that we are combining multiple files and to extract data from these multiple files. So when that is the requirement, then we should have a relationship. Otherwise, relationship is not required. If we have only one file, then there is no need to create a relationship. In a smallest of the data model, we have two files. One may be the date table, and other is uh, the the fact table. And from this, we have to create a relationship with the columns uh, of both the columns, right? We should have a date table in the date table. We should have a date table in the fact table, and then we can create a relationship, right? I hope that answers. Okay, then we have questions from Murtaza Hussain. The sale 91 and 20 is for which month, sir? Uh, okay, there may be there are certain issues with the data model which I created. So there are certain cases. So it is not for any year. So there might be certain issue with the data model. We have the data integrity issue. It is a sample database I have created, right? So at times there must be a data validation error. For the data validation error, you may come up with this sort of uh, stuff, right? Okay. Then we have another question. If the background data, the data extended from Excel has changed, how to update Power BI report table chart without doing it over again? Okay. One thing, if you have formatting in Excel, right, it won't be replicated automatically by Power BI. So you have to apply the uh, formatting using the Power BI features, right? So once you have applied it, then whatever the formatting you have applied, you can replicate it, right? So that is actually it. Or if the data extracted from Excel has changed, if you want that if the data is modified, it is appended, uh, and it get refreshed here, that whatever formatting we have applied uh, may be changed. No, it won't be changed. It will remain as it is, whatever formatting that we have applied. Okay, I guess we don't have more questions. Let's go back to the text functions now. Okay, now there are few things. Uh, there are few functions that we have already covered in the Power Query, uh, but for the sake of knowledge, uh, I will be doing a very simple one or two DEX functions. For example, in the month name, not in the month name, maybe the fact table or the product, rather it's a product table name. Simples or the city. Let it be city. Let it be city. For example, we want to transform these uh, city names into uppercase, lowercase, propercase, and stuff like this. So there are text function, and majority of you, I assume, that already knew the functions of Excel. So you can apply all those functions right over here. For example, new column. We have a new column in, right. So capital names or uppercase. Let it be uppercase, and then we have the function upper, right? Upper, and we have the text, which is the city. We have the city here, right? City, DB, and city. So this is one thing that you can do. We have all whatever function that we knew, we learned in Excel of the text function. These are all applicable like this. One more example, new column. For example, we have a length of the text. We have len, and we want to get the city name, right? We have the city name, and it should have the number of characters that Lahore contains, right? So I'm not going into the detail, but what I'm saying that uh, the majority of the function, the text function, you can apply like this. The result is the same, right? So you can use these uppercase. For example, if I go back and I want to now have the city name, but let me first have a table. Uh, uh, this one, oh, I have the uppercase, not this one. I have to click here upper, and now look at here. I have a Faisalabad, Karachi, and stuff like this. I can use this one if I want to have the length function, right? So I have all stuff like this. Transform these into uppercase, lowercase, whatever case I want to have. I want change it with these functions, and I can uh, use this one, right? So these are some of the functions. Okay, there is one important function which is the if function, right? Sometimes we do need to apply uh, uh, we need to decide. For example, some of you in the last session, if I'm not wrong, have said that we want to set the fiscal year, right? So the fiscal year here is the uh, fiscal year the 30th June, right? So we want to develop a fiscal year or set the fiscal year here. So for this, we have a new column. we have a new column here, and then we have, say, we can set the fiscal year or FY. FY stands for, let it be fiscal year, the fiscal year. So fiscal year we want to set, and we want to set the fiscal year of Pakistan, which ends on 30th June and start on the 1st of July. The 1st of July, July is the 6th month, right? So what we can say, we can use the if function like this. We have the if function, and we are saying if function, the month, if the date TB month is greater than 5, what we want to do. This is the logical function. This is a logical function. And what we want to have something like this, that we want to fill in this column with the year, or maybe, yes, year. Here is the date TB, see if okay, I have already copied it. Let it be like this. The fiscal year is, let me see, very quickly. Since we don't have time, so I have, okay. So if month date TB is this much, 5th is the month of July. If that date, if the month of this date is greater than 5, what we want to do? We want to extract the year from the date, right? And then concatenate with the hyphen and get the year again, date and plus 1. And if this is not the case, then we should have this. Extract the date, right? And minus 1. If it is 2017, it should be 2016, right? And then we have like this. Click that. Let's see what will be the result. Okay. Now you can see we have set the fiscal year. Now instead of this year column, we can use this year column. So we have the fiscal year. So this is 2017, but this fall in this is January. So this 2016 and 17. But if you look at the March, the May, this is the June, and this is the July. So we have the June, which is 2017, and 18. Sorry, this is the 6th of June. Yeah. In fact, what we have did, this is, we have set the 1st June. Let it be 6. So now if you 6, now it is set as, if I go back, go down, this is June, and now look at it. We have, this is the last date of June, 30th June 2017, and this fall in 2016 to 2017. As it changes to 1st of July, right? The year is this, but the fiscal year is 2017 and 2008. Same is the case with down, down, down. Now we have July, we have 2018 and 2019. So this is how you can the fiscal year within the date column, and you can use it. And this is the function. Again, it is the same logic as you can use. You use it in Excel. So if this is the logical test, and if this test is true, you should, Excel or the Power BI should produce this output, and if this is false, this will produce this output. So this is the case. So that's it. Let's go back now. Change this with the visual. Now instead of 2017, now we can use the fiscal year. So remove that, and we have the fiscal year like this. And now you can see I have the fiscal year like this, right? So this is fiscal. So now we have problem here. So what we can go back here, we can use the fiscal year, right? And if like that, uncheck it, now your table is removed. So here we have same problem. We have here, check it, we have filters, and we have what we have, the sales. In sales, so basic, the month name, the month name is blank, right? And now we have your table, and your visualization is now clean, is void of blanks, right? So this is how you can use the filter. This is how you can create a fiscal year, right? So these are some of the basics of formatting, plus the filters, plus the DAX functions, right? So the good thing about Power BI is the majority of the Excel function that we have learned can equally be applicable like it is. The only difference is the syntax, that instead of the you have to use the square brackets for the column labels. So that is the only difference between the DAX function of Excel and the Power BI. Now, moving to the time intelligence function. Okay, for the time intelligence function, I'm creating another table, and this is for TI DAX. TI stands for uh, time intelligence function. So I'm using few of the time intelligence function. For example, I'm creating a table, right? So this is my blank table. In the blank table, right? So this is the table I want to have. I want to say this is the table. So there is no option right. So what I want to have the date from this table, which is the date, right? And I want to have a sale from the calculation table. So this is my, right? So this is calculation. Again, I have this 9192. So what can I do? I can go back and go to the date, and if there is a blank, so you can uncheck it, and there is no blank, right? Okay. So now what, and similarly, there is one more issue with the date. You can remove the or you can change the formatting, or you can change the type of this, because it is date and time. If you just want to present the date like this, you select this one. Once you select this one, you can see you can have a formatting group right in the column tool, and from here you can set the different types of formats. For example, I have the month, I have the date, let it be the date. So it is date, you can change, right? And similarly, what you can do, you can change, let it be sales, and you can have select this one, you have the formatting, you can put the dollar symbol, or what, for example, I want to have the currency. So if I have the currency with uh, with two decimal places. So you can just click one and click two, for example. So I have this. So this is how you can format. This is formatting, not the data type change. If you want to change the data type, you should have to go to the basic back to the source Excel. You have to change it over there. So you can do it here as well. So this is the first part. Now what I want to do, I want to create the running totals. Totals, I means that I want to look at how my sales is going, right? Uh, that is month to date, that is quarter to date, and year to date. So let's see how we can. We have certain very good DAX functions, very simple DAX functions. So we have select here, right click, we have new my year, and we have a DAX function which is say month to date. We want to have month to date sales. So we have sales, and we want to have the calculate function. Remember, I told you that calculate function is an important function, and we have to use it again and again. So with all time intelligence function, we will be using calculate function, right? Whenever we have to do certain time series analysis. So that is one calculate, and we have now the Meyer, which is the sales. You should know by now that you can either use this Meyer as an expression, or you can write down the complete calculation with the DAX, the sum x and stuff like this, right? So we have already created this Meyer with the DAX function with an expression. So instead of that, I'm using this. So this is an expression, and I want to create MTD sales. So I have a function MTD. So dates MTD is the first time series function that we are doing. What it does, you will know by yourself in a minute. So what it is asking, the argument of dates MTD is the dates, right? A column with the dates value, and we have uh, it. It date is present in the date table, which is related to the fact table, because the sales are the quantity are in the fact table, right? And the date table is related to the fact table. So that is why I'm taking the date from the date table, right? So I've closed the parenthesis to close the dates MTD function, and one another to close the calculate function. If I click enter, right, I have the MTD sales. So this is the MTD sales in a minute. Just calculating, working on it, and now I have the MTD sales. So this is the MTD sales, and you can see that on the 1st of January 27, the sale made is this much, right? On the 2nd, there is no sale on the 3rd, and then we have the 4th of uh, mm, January, we have a sale 1,008 1810. So if you add this with 310, we get 2120. And similarly, on the 5th of January, we have this much sale, and this much sale is added with this, the sale till 4th of July, and we get this value. And similarly, we have all the information in this. The rest of the functions are the same. The only difference is, and let it be, I'm copying it here. So new Meyer, and I have, instead of MTD, now QTD. QTD stands for quarter sales. So dates instead of MTD, it is QTD. So dates QTD will calculate quarter to date. Click it, and we have function, and this function is, for example, okay, it is now this is the quarter. So this is quarter, and this is the sale of the first quarter is going on. Okay, let so we have, this is the sales column, this is the month to date. So this is the first month. First month is end here, which is 30th in June. We have this thing, right? So month to date sales, the month of the sales of January is this much, right? Once the new month begins, which is the 1st of February, on the 1st of February we have the sale, which is this much, 2,180, right? And this is the month to date sales starts again from, but this is the quarter to date sale. So this all goes on. Third, now we have the third quarter, we have the third month. So on the 28th of February, we don't have any sale. So this is the month, the sale of February, but this goes on. So if we go a bit down, we have the fourth one. So if you, this is the March, so this is the last day of, okay, the sale on 31st March is this much, and the months to date is this much, which is 24,840, the sale of March. But $80,000 is the sale of the first quarter. So first 3 months sale is this much, right? And now we have the second quarter starts. So this is the first day sale of April. So we have something like this, right? So this is month to date sales, the quarter to date sales. And now we have the last one. And if you click this one, and we have Control A, I'm copying this, Control C. I have a quick my year, new my year, and then I have so new my year, okay. So this is YTD sales, YTD sales, and the instead of dates MTD, just put instead of Q, just replace it with Y. Now we have the YTD sales, it is equal to YTD dates, YTD function. Click OK, and we have the third function. If I click that, and you can see I have the A to date sales, right? A to date sales. Start from this one, and at the end of 2000, this is the end of the 2017. So we have this much sale, right? This the sale of year, total sale of year 2017. This is the sale of the fourth quarter of 2017. This is the sale of the month of December, right? So this is what we call the running totals. Let it be the running totals. So we have running totals. Okay, so one thing more, and that is, for example, we want to get the month to date sales of a particular city, maybe for a particular product, maybe. What you can do, you can use the same stuff, right? We have this thing, right? Control see new Maya I'm having right now, and control Y master data. Now we can add another filter. So this is actually the filter, right? So I've discussed it earlier. Filter means a condition. Yeah. So what we are doing, we are calculating month to date sales right now for this sales. But what we want to have another filter, which is, for example, the product uh, city uh, is equal to Lahore. Yes. The city is equal to Lahore. And let me Lahore MPD sales. I click this and I want to have this function right over here. So what it says something interesting, and it says on the 5th of January, we have first sale in Lahore, which is of this month. And this is the column for MTD sales of Lahore. So similarly, you can have MTD sales for city, you can have the MTD sales for sales rep, or any other condition that you may have, right? So these are the running total. You can calculate MTD, dates MTD, uh, dates QTD, and dates YTD. Okay, so is there any questions so far? So we have 2 to 3 minutes for questions.
Yes, Param. There's a question, but I think we have answered this before in a session before, but I think we can answer this again. Muzaffar Hussain wants to know if the background data, the data extracted from Excel, if there are changes made to that data, how to update Power BI report, table and charts without doing it all over again. He wants to know if we have exported some data from Excel and we have made some amendments to that data. What is the process of refreshing basically your dashboard instead of creating a dashboard from the scratch?
Okay, remember two things, right? Refreshing data, uh, something else, and changing the database with an existing dashboard is a different. Okay, let me explain a thing with that we normally do in our software house. Uh, as, as I already told you, I'm working as a data analyst in one of the software houses. We have almost 10 clients, right? Uh, and we have created almost certain default dashboards for all our 10 clients. So this is the dashboard I have. Let me create one simple dashboard from, for example, the city. So this is the city, and this is, let it be the this stuff, and I want sale of this much, right? So, for example, I have this table and I have this chart, and this is for client A, right? Now, I have this data table. I have this data table, right? This is for client A. For client B, I have the similar table structure. I have the similar table structure. I have the similar data types, right? Everything is the same. The only difference is the value of uh, client B. I have 10 clients with a similar, the database is similar, the structure is the same, have the same number of tables, have the same number of columns, have the same data types. So that is the condition, right? Now, what we can do, we have this for client A. What we can do, we can change the database, right? And get it refreshed with the database of the client B. How we can do that? To look at this, we have the query in the home tab. We have the queries in the query. We have the transform data. If you click that, you have data source settings. If you click that, right now we have the data source in current files, whatever is the case. So what we can do right now, this is present from where actually my sample data for BI is. It may be for my second client, it may be on the D drive, it may be on the E drive, or whatever path I have. What I need to do, I just need to change source. Click that, allow me to change the data source. Now it allowing me to change the data source. I can browse it. I can select that a database and then click OK. What it does, it will disconnect this database and connect it with the database specifying, right? And it will get refreshed automatically, and the same dashboard, right? The same the PBI file that I have, it will be refreshed with the data value of client B. So I don't need to get this redesign from the scratch, develop it from the scratch. The the dashboard is the same, the report is the same. I don't have to do anything other than to change the data source setting. So that is question number, the part of one of question, right? That is one thing. Now the second thing is that we have the data model as the sample BI database, as we have already connected it. If the data is changed in that database, right, and we want to get it refreshed with this button, we have two ways to get it refreshed. So in the desktop, if you click this one, whatever data which was appended, right, the new data or the data is modified, whatever, it will be refreshed here. We don't need to do anything whatsoever. I think, is that clear? I hope that answers. Yes, Feroz, is that okay? Should we move forward?
Yes, Karan.
Or we do have any question
No,
on?
no, there aren't any questions. We can move forward.
Okay, fine. Okay, there are a few more ADAX functions. We have another one. We have, for example, new, not the new column. Uh, so we don't want to have a new column, new Maya. I want to have a new Maya. And new Maya is I want to add the data that what is the value of our business, right? That is today from last year. So I want to compare what is the sale value of today as comparison with the previous period. So it is called period last year. Same period last year is the name of the Maya, and I want to uh, mm, look at the Meyer, which is the sales. So same period last year sales is equal to, now again I want to have a calculate function, then calculate function, then I have the sales. So this is the Meyer. I want to look at, uh, uh, I want the sales of this period to the last period with the function name is same period last year. So we have this one, and again we have the argument of the dates which are present in the date TB. So this is the date TB, and we have the date TB date, and then we close it, and that is the end of the same period last year function, and we have another parenthesis to complete the calculate function and click OK. To do that, it's very simple, and you can see that what will happen. Let me do that with another table. So I have a table here. So we have the table. Let me present the result to you with of this table. This is the table. I have the year. This is the year. We have this year, and I want to have the sale. This is the sale. So this will, and again I want to remove that is blanks, basic filtering. If I have a blank, so I want to remove the blank. Now it's neat and clean now. So what I want to do, I want to have this sales my year, but I want to have the same period last year. The same period last year is in my TI index table. So I'm just getting it here, and you can see what will happen. I have the same period last year uh, mm, table. We have the table. We have this value. The sale of this is to whatever value is this. Then we have that you can easily compare. This is the 2018 sale, and this is the sale of this in this slide. So if you can remove the year, for example, I don't want to have this as well, right? So this is nice and clean now. The 2008 sale is this much, and this is a nice little comparison that what will be the sale of 2018 in comparison with the 2017. So this is another way of putting the analysis, the data of the year, right? So that is one. Okay, let me put it back, this thing, for a reason. Okay. If I want to use the same period last year function, there is another important function, a rather more versatile function, or say flexible function, and the function name is date add function. So what I'm doing same period last year, but with the different functions, and you can easily see that why this function is more flexible. So right click, I have the new Maya. I have the new Maya. Okay, so the new Maya, for example, I just want to have look at the sale of the last year. So this is the last year sales. I want to calculate the last year sales. So last year sales is actually, um, again, we want to use the calculate function. Then we have the sales. And then we have the date add function. So this is the date add function. Uh, Now, if you look at the syntax, it has three arguments. One is the dates, the second one is the number of interval, and the third one is the interval itself. So what you want to have, for example, we want to have the dates from the date table. This is the date TB date, then the comma, and we have the name of number of interval. So what we want to have, we want to look at the data which is of the last year. So if we have 2017, it should be 2016, so -1 in that. So, and then the third argument, that's what we want to look at. So we can have the previous day's data, we can have the previous month data, and we can have the previous month. So in this case, we want to select the year and click OK. And this is the date add function ends. We need to put one more parenthesis to complete calculate. And then if you just wait a bit and let me, we have the last year's report. So if I put it over there, and you can see I can have a similar Maya, with the name is different, but the values are the same. But you can compare Control A, Control C. Let there is another new Maya, right? And then we have, now we want to look at the, not the last year, but the last year. So just this is L represent the last year sales, and change it to -2 and click enter, and then you can see what will happen. Uh, now we have the year sales, and similarly we can have, now this is a little comparison of the sales. This is the same period last year. We have done this with the same period last year function, but this is last year's sales and last year sales with the date set function. So this is the more function, right? Similarly, you can use this on this table. For example, I want to look at the value uh, uh, to compare a value of the first date and to the last 7 days, right? So let me check this out. This is the month to date. So what I'm doing, I'm clicking it, and Y2D. This is, and so I have the month to date sales, month to date sales. So this is month to date sales. Okay, so what I want to do, I want to do the same stuff, but not with years, but in terms of, so it will take a minute. It will provide me the room to write the years, so Control Y, and this is, so I want to put -7, but not here. Now I want to have a date. So this is the date. So what it does, it will take me to the last 7 days. It will calculate for me the last 7 days sales. So if I click OK, and then we have the last 7 in the GI Dex table. Do we have it now, or we have already done this? Okay. What it says, we have to change the name of uh, the Mayer. So L7D means last 7 days sales, and click OK. We should have L7D Mayer. In this part, we have the last 7 days where it is. So we have the last 7 days. So I'm taking this I'm taking this and I'm putting it over here. And now what you can see that it shows the last 7 days, right? So this is the seventh day. On the seventh day, so at the seventh day, on the seventh day, I want to see that what will be the sale of the last 7 days. 7 day earlier, what will be the sale? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So on the 8th of January, I want to know the sale of 1st January. So similarly, you can change the number of days, whatever your requirement is, with the help of date add function. Okay, this is one way of putting, looking at the data. Since we are almost 20 minutes remaining and there are few more DAX functions, so I will, the question answer session will be these few DAX functions. Okay. Now what we want to have now, we want to have a measure that will calculate the sale value of a particular time period. So I want to calculate the, for example, A to date value, right? So the A to date value, I want to compare YTD with respect to the last year. So there is another type of measure, new measure. First of all, A to date measure. A to date measure, one with the MTDs, dates MTD, but there is another very good way, YTD sales. Let me with the different dates between. I'm putting actually the name of the function. YTD sales with dates between. So again, we have the calculate function and we want to calculate the sales. We want to calculate the sales, determine the sales, want to extract the sales, right? Sales value between two different sales. So we have the dates between function. This is the dates between function. We have the dates between. And if you look at the syntax of date function, the first argument is the date column, which is present in the date table, which is the date DB, right? And this is the date. And the second is the start and the end date. Now the start and the end date we can make it dynamic, or we can, for example, let it be, I'm using the function date. So this is another DAX function date. It says year, month, day. I want to have, for example, the current year is 2022. So I can put 2022 is the date value. The month is 01 and a day starts from here. So this is the first, and then this end date. Today is 12th of January. So in that case, the date, I have the date, not date between, I have the date. Yeah, the year is 2022, comma 1, comma 12. So this will give me a value, start from a sale value of 1st of January till 12th of January. So this is hard coding, and this is not recommended unless and until you want to have the exact value. So let's check whether we are doing it correctly or not. So I'm doing it with this, right? So we have the YTD sales we have this value, I guess. Okay, let me change it to the card. This is the table, this is the card now. We have the 26K. 26K is the sale, that is YTD sales. We have only 12 days of sales, right? YTD sales then. But the problem with this is actually then tomorrow will be 13, the day after will be 14, and if we have this measure, because these are hard coded, it will not change. So what we should do, we should have we should use some other functions to make this date dynamic. It means that when it will the calculation of the sales by today will be done automatically if the date changes. So if the date changes from, for example, tomorrow date sales 13 January be added to this, 14th days should be added to this, and similarly as the days passes by, the sale of each day should be added to this automatically. Okay, in order to do so, what we need to be done, we need to do this. So what I'm doing here, let it be. I am making it dynamic. So how can I do that? So this is the date. Let me, okay. In order to get the date, what we can do, we should use the today function. Today today is a function that gives us the date of today, right? The system date. So from the system date, what we can get, we can extract here, right? So this is the year. So done, we have extracted the year from today date. So today date is actually 12/1/2022. So the year function will extract 2022, which is the year, right? Now the month. Now how we can get the month? The same as we should use the month function. The month function, and we want to get the month from today. So we have the second is now completed. We have here today month, right? And then we have the day function, which is the day, and we want to extract it from today. This is okay. Now this Maya should be comes here. This Maya should answer this one. We need to copy this, Control C, and we have Alt X down, Control V. We need to delete this. So we have first thing is the same, which is the year for today, right? Today function, and we okay, that's it. And we have to remove this one, and we have this one date, and this is the date, and okay, fine. Now it is done. Okay, so years to date sales. So this function is dynamic. So dates period is, so what it does, it will expect the year from today, which is 2022. We have the first month, which is 01, and we have the 01, which is the first. This is the month, January, and this is the day, the first day. So the first date is this much, and the today's date is this much. So we can put a date here as well. So just to elaborate that how we can uh, fix the issues like these, the date is tapped automatically. So as each day passes by, the next day sales will be uh, accumulated, will be added to this value, right? So this is the case, right? Now, similarly, to compare the result of this with the last year YTD, it is same, but the only difference, right? So we have this thing, Control C, and we have the new Maya. We have the new Maya, and then we have Control Y, and now let it be LYTD sales, LYTD sales with the function dates between. Now, what we can do here, we have the year now. What we want to do, we want to extract year of the last year. This will give us 2022, but we want to have 21. So it should be -1. This will give us this now give us 2021, right? And same is the case with this. We just want to put the -1 here. So this is the start date, which is the 1st January 2021, right? And the end date is the month is the same, right? The current month. The date is the same, that is the current date, right? But the year is different. This will give us 2021. Now the date, final date is the 12th of January 2027. So click enter, and we have this thing working on it now. LYTD here, LYTD here, and if I to the canvas and change it to cards, right, I have 41K. So or what can I do? I can change it to a table. I can change it to table. I can drag this thing to here as well, right? So this gives me a nice little table that will show that what actually is the case. No, this is not the last year sales. I want YTD sales. YTD sales, which is with the help of dates between. So this is actually the dates between. So current year sales is this much, 25,620. But in comparison with the last year, what we have this much of sales, right? So these are the things that we. Okay. The one thing that we should be consider or not? Okay. We are left with 7 minutes, so it will take more time to. It will take more time, right? So okay, there are 2-3 single stuff that I think which you should know. One DEX function is known as the selected uh, select value. This is interesting, right? For example, if I have this one, let me be monthly sales, right? Okay. So what I want to have, I want to do something that I have to put the value of maybe the sales, right? I want to look at the sales. I want to look at the sale. Now, So remember, this is not a time series function, but this is something which value to the dashboard, and sometimes it's really good. For example, we want to put the city here as a slicer. So this is the city I want to put here. Okay, let me do like this. Select this slicer. We have the home tab, we have the copy this, and we want to paste it. So we have another slicer of the same thing. But in this slicer, right now we have the feed which is there. We want to replace it with the city. So this is the city, put it over here, and then we have the city. We have the city here. So this will give us, it will take the time. We have the Faisalabad, Karachi, Lahore. So what we want to have, if we select this, for example, this is Faisalabad. So it changes. This is the record, the transaction record of Faisalabad, right? But what we want to have, we want to put the selected value of Faisalabad or whatever we have selected from here right over here, so that we have a clear picture that the charts and the tables are showing. So in order to do so, we can have another DAX function, new Maya, right? And new Maya, we have, for example, we have let the Maya name is selected, right? Elected, selected, whatever, selected, and we have selected value somewhere here. Now we have the selected value. Now in the selected value, what it says, selected value is the name of the DAX function. Now it says the column name. We want to put column names, the name of the column from where the value is being selected. So in this case, we have the city table and we have the city. In the city table, we have the city column. So this is the city name. Now the comma. This is the optional part. So we can omit, we can. And if we want to use it, so we have to use properly. For example, we can, in double quotes, we can say select city, right? Now, so once something is hit, then instead of the city, select city text should be displayed, right? So that's what we want to achieve. So we have selected my year, we have this thing. Now what we can do, we can have somewhere here, we want to have a card. Card is here. Let me put this card. Okay. Let me put this card over here, right? So this is the card. I want to put it here. Now we have the Faisalabad. I can select it from here. So this is, say, Sialkot. Now the data is now Sialkot. This is Agoda, right? This is Lahore, right? This is Karachi, stuff like this. This is Faisalabad, and nothing is selected. Nothing is selected, right? So I guess, okay, for example, you want to format it, or you can simply click this in the visualization, the middle button, click that, and then you have the category, the word, the background. For example, on you want to change it to something something more attracted, maybe pink or maybe whatever. Um, for example, to match it with this, we have this thing. So this is the batch color, and then you can do a lot of things, right? You can remove the category, uh, the name. You have the data label. You want to label, for example, uh, you want to um, decrease the size, right? So we are decreasing the size. You want to make it bold, italic, underline, whatever. So there are different options available with you for the formatting stuff, right? So this is the city. Whatever the city you want to select, we have this, something like this. So now it's 8 o'clock, and Feroz need to say something to you as well. But before taking it to Feroz, if you have any question, now is the question time.
Okay, while you guys are typing in your questions, I have some announcements. The first announcement is that I have drawn the results for the tax calculator assignments, and I've shared the link for address collection to our WhatsApp groups. But people who haven't updated till now, I have pasted the link to the Google Docs in the chat. I've also mentioned the registration numbers who haven't updated their addresses till now. So if you guys are in the session, look up these registration numbers and update your addresses so we can send out the prizes to the winners. Okay, that was the first one. The second one is we have an assignment for all of you guys. If you check out the handout section, there is a file named Banking Loss Events Assignment SDS3. You all have to download it, you have to work on it, and you will be discussing this assignment in your unmoderated sessions that will be held over the weekend. The requirements are simple and straightforward, mentioned in that particular file as well. Make sure you guys download that file. And now we can have the questions if there are any questions from you guys.
Okay, I guess there are few questions. Let me take it first.
Abdul Qayyum, if you're using your mobile, you won't be able to click on that link.
Okay. Okay. Rifat left it. Okay. There is only one question, and that is, can we get a list of essential Mayer index as key takeaway, as remembering them would not be possible? Okay. What you can have, share this file with Feroz, right? And you can have this file. Whatever we have discussed will be here. Use this for your references. That is one thing. And the second thing is there is on the Microsoft website, you can find all the information regarding all the that are available for the Power BI, right? So you can get the information of the ADEX function from there. You can have the description of the function, have the syntax of the function. There may be certain issues that are with the function. It is also listed there, and obviously we have certain very simple, easy to understand examples over there as well. So I think you can get all the information that you want to have. You can have it from there, right? It is available on, just type DAX function on Power BI Microsoft. So the first or second link in the Google will show you the link, and if you click that, you will directly go to that. Or maybe you can just type it date, since you want to look at the syntax of this function. Just type dates between index function, and the first or the second link will be lead you to the Microsoft website, where you can find all the links that you or the details, the dates between function and other functions as well. And I think you don't have there is no other questions as such. There will be okay.
Abdul Rahman Wakar, the file name is Banking Loss Events. I believe it is the first file. You will find two sheets in this file. One is the dataset and the other one is the requirements part. Have you guys downloaded the assignment file? Abdul Rahman Wakar, there are two sheets in the same file. The one is named as requirements and the other one is named as, I guess, losses. Wakas, if you're using your mobile phone, you won't be able to click on the link.
Okay, in the meantime, let me say something to all of you. You have been a very nice audience, right? Your passion of learning is great, right? I've also enjoyed the sessions with you. If you need my assistance in any way, for example, if you have a question, if you have a problem, and if you want to contact me, I can share my WhatsApp number if you want. If that is the case, I can share with you. You can contact me for your queries and questions if you want. Just say yes or no, so that I will share or I will not share.
People are interested in having your contact, Khurram. You might as well share it.
Okay, in the chat box, I'm just putting my WhatsApp number. 20974. Okay, this is my WhatsApp number, right? You put my name is 0345820975. I'll just type it in the chat box. You can have it from there. And, if you have any questions, any query, right, you can just WhatsApp
Khurram,
me.
you have to press send as well. We haven't received the message.
Yes. What I'm doing, I'm putting it type message here 0345 09745, and this is sent. Me to organization and panelist only.
To entire audience.
Yes. Just,
I'll do it. I'll do it.
okay, just hang on. For organizing. Okay, for me, I can only send it to staff only. So, can you please share it, my number, my WhatsApp number uh, with attendance?
I have shared.
Okay, fine. So,
And I
Firoz,
hope you all have downloaded the assignment file. I'll also upload this file on the Google Drive for you to access it. I hope you all have the link to the Google Drive. I'll also be updating the link to update your addresses. It is for those participants who won the prize in the tax calculator assignment. Some of you are not part of 6 digits, so the results weren't communicated to you. I mentioned the registration numbers in the chat, and if you're one of them, do update your address so we can send out the package that was promised. Suleiman, you might have downloaded the file before. I have replaced the file. You can download it again and you will be able to see the requirement sheet in that workbook. Temur, there's a file named as important links uploaded in the handout section. You can use that file to access all the important links. All of you make sure that you have this file so you can access the Google Drive. I will be updating the recording links tomorrow, and you will all be able to access the recordings of all the sessions of increase your productivity and efficiency at workplace webinars. Ariful Islam, the link is in the important links file. That being said, let's call it a day. I will see you guys all on the weekend for the unmoderated sessions. And from next week, we'll be having sessions on Mondays and Wednesday. You will be receiving the email for the sessions being merged. We're merging the members and future members into a single session. You might want to check the comments. You're welcome, Saida. Okay, everyone. I think we have taken a lot of time. You guys must be exhausted with all that information. See you guys on the weekend, and bye bye from my side. If you have any queries, you can always text on in the WhatsApp groups. And bye bye from my side.
okay. Bye bye, everyone.
Thank you, Khurram. Thank you, Khurram, for the wonderful session and the wonderful information that you have shared with us. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much as well.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye.